Alright, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome in. If you are new or just passing through my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie. If you're returning, welcome back, squad. I'm here today to do another general collective reading. We're not sign specific here. We're also gender fluid. I may say you when I'm talking to them. I may say them, I'm talking to you. Put yourself in a story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid, so I could be talking about the recent past, the present, or the future. Take the parts that resonate, leave everything else behind. If you'd like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box, and I invite you to join me for a session. Welcome back, y'all. Okay, so we're going to go into the shuffle deck. I'm going to do my square spread and see what Spirit wants to talk about now. I've actually been shuffling this a lot off camera. And as soon as I turned the camera on, my nose started running. I'm like, what the hell? Alright. Alright, what does Spirit want to talk about now? Let's start off with these two. Okay. This is an interesting energy. Something's being balanced out right now. But initially when I flip the cards over, normally this Five of Wands, the way that it shows up, it usually shows up looking like in the pursuit of somebody trying to compete with you, that they do something to destabilize you so that you aren't able to like progress. But the way that I'm receiving it now kind of feels like maybe you're fighting back against someone who has tried to destabilize you. This is like taking matters into your own hand. I'm not going to continue putting myself in a position to lament over disappointments from the past. I've had some time to mull it over and look at something from a different point of view, and I'm going to address this past situation by no longer participating in it. And I'm going to learn how to focus my energy elsewhere. But it first starts by letting something go. I don't know what you've done, but you've done something to cripple the competition. And it very well could be the fact that you're choosing not to participate. Okay. Oh, look at that. I like it. I like it. I love it. Yes, collective, yes. You're not participating in the shenanigans. I love it. Okay. I like this. Because I feel like even in your pursuit, okay, This feels very much like, remember when I said normally when I see this Five of Wands, it kind of gives me the energy of somebody destabilizing you or putting you in a position where they absolutely, in their attempts to stop you, they do actually prevent you from, moving forward or progressing any further than where you've gotten, right? And I think that the purpose of whatever they were trying to do, it was meant for you to always to be stuck kind of like in that low. They wanted you to stay hurt. Like, I'm gonna kick you when you're down. Like, when you're down, I'm gonna kick you when you're down. I'm gonna keep kicking you. I'm gonna figure out ways to keep kicking you while you're down. So that you can stay down. Because the ultimate, I feel like the ultimate goal was for you to stay down. And I feel like you continued to this feels like divine intervention, because it feels kind of like in the times when you were faced with adversity, you could have made a bunch of different choices, right? You could have chosen a bunch of different paths. But I feel like the choice that you made was a choice that I don't think most people would go the route of choosing to lean into the divine, to lean into the mysteries of things. Like, most people wouldn't choose that. And I kind of feel like if you made that choice, you destabilized the competition because they didn't expect it. Remember, they wanted to keep you down. So if you're down, obviously you can't fight back, right? But what they actually did by you releasing whatever your bond or your tie was with whoever has been trying to destabilize you, when you release that energy, and by choosing the unknown, choosing the mysteries, because most folks, they stay away from that moon energy, child. They don't want to know what's on the other side of their decision, so they stay small and they stay afraid. But staying small and afraid keeps you stagnant. There's no growth and comfort, right? So yes, while you may have endured betrayals and people hurting you and backstabbing you, you took it on the chin. You did it alone. But it was because you chose the alliance. And I don't know who this other person is, because it is a person. But whoever this person is that you've been connected to, I feel like the reason what cemented you or kept you close to them was the fact that they had been able to manipulate you, whether that was energetically, whether that was just putting some random ass thoughts in your head or whatever. God kind of put you in a position to where you could quiet the noise in your head and the noise of others, so that you could hear the truth, so that you could hear God's truth. But in order for you to hear that truth, you needed to be alone. You needed to isolate yourself so that you could clearly take a look at your connection to your past experiences, past actions, and realize that part of the reason why, because I do feel like you had to choose from, I'm like, the Seven of Cups does come with a myriad of choices, right? But it requires discernment in order to make the right choice. And sometimes the right choice, the best choice, is the scariest, because that's the one that you don't actually have answers to. You don't have answers to it. I don't know what this is. I don't know what's going to happen if I simply surrender. Thank you, Spirit. You learn to surrender. And when you did that, It almost feels like when you surrendered, I remember the moment. Can you remember the moment that you decided to surrender and say, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. God, take the wheel. Here it feels like the moment you made the choice to surrender, it had to be your choice because we do have free will. You had to make a choice, and while it may have hurt you to have to walk alone and be isolated and be on your own, now it allowed you to learn how to better manage your boundaries. Now you are in a space of you're turning your back or rejecting anything that may have felt toxic or felt manipulative. You're speaking up, you're being more honest with yourself and other people. You've drawn a clear line. It's kind of like a line in the sand. You've drawn a clear line, like between yourself and the others. Somebody didn't want you to get away. They didn't want you to start a new cycle. So I feel like you've definitely had somebody here that's been doing whatever they can do to prevent you from, getting too far ahead. But the moment you decided I'm telling you, it still feels like fighting back, but the fighting back isn't in the context of like physical confrontation or anything like that. You just learned how to make very strategic decisions. And then basically your decisions, because you learned how to make very strategic decisions based on what it is that you wanted, what you saw for yourself. When you make decisions like that, it destabilizes other people again, because I said they wanted to kick you when you were down. They wanted you to stay down. They didn't want you to get back up. Because they had no intentions on I really feel like whoever this is didn't really have no intentions of letting you go, to go, seek your own expansion. They had no notice, because I'm telling you, not everybody, like, you may enjoy this feels very much like somebody wanting to, like, you're wanting to learn new things, experience new things. You're not looking at, like, your back is turned to the past. You got boundaries up as it is concerning the past. Yes, I love this. You had to make a choice, and you had to make it. Not only did you have to make this choice, I feel like is doing it scared, because I don't think you really understood what you were choosing at the time that you made the choice. I don't think you understood what you were choosing. You just knew you didn't want to be, you didn't want to be connected to something that was already very unpleasant. Especially if this is connected to a family experience. You didn't want to be connected to that. Yes. You had to get over your fear. Because I do think that this was self-sacrifice. The longer you stayed connected to it, it was self-sacrifice. And you had to be brave. You had to overcome your fear of, because I think I was recently talking to somebody about this. It's like, especially if this is connected to your family, because I can kind of see from this angle, it's like even when you were connected to them, you still felt isolated, and you still felt like you had to endure a lot of whatever was going on within that family dynamic. You still felt like you had to go through it alone. Nothing about this shit felt happy, abundant, or safe. Look at that. So you listen to your intuition. You listen to your intuition. You move in silence. And I think by you choosing to do that, not only does it, like, this feels very calming to the nervous system. Like, it allows you to recalibrate your emotional state. I like it. This is a good energy. And I think at some point you may have, yeah, so at some point you may have expected or had some kind of expectation that, again, is connected to a family dynamic. You may have expected at one point somebody to come to you to try to, like, I don't know, fix it. Because this feels like wanting to move past some kind of drama, and then here waiting patiently for somebody to make an offer to come and fix it and stabilize a relationship, because you were hoping for, you know, some level of success. You just kind of wanted to move on, but you ended up having to make this really painful decision on your own, because I don't think anybody actually ever shows up. So you have to make this painful decision, and again, you're still choosing. I'm like, every card that's connected to this particular Seven of Cups, it's all going back to the same thing. You're still making this choice and not really knowing what it is that you're choosing when you make the choice. You're just like, I had to get over my own fear. I do not know what's ahead of me, but I know that it's got to be better than what I've been experiencing. And so now we're down here, now, you know, being highly motivated and excited to move into a different direction. I like this. This is great energy. Taking action. And not just taking you're not taking action from a space of like moving in haste where you're just like making a jump decision and you're just like, you know, fuck it, I'm out. You're not making a decision from that. You're making it from a very emotionally mature space where you really understand what you've come from. You really understand what you're choosing to go towards. I love the fact that you're moving, and you are moving in silence. You're moving in silence, but I'm telling you, what you're moving towards is a lot better than what you're moving away from. Now, I'm like, this kind of gives me an energy of down here. This could be like being in the public eye. Something being discussed in the public eye. I have that in two different places. So I don't know if you have a platform or something like that you're trying to grow, but there's potential for that. Especially if down here you have an idea to, like, I don't know, like this whole line right here feels like making a decision to like walk away from one thing and pursuing, I don't know, content creation or something like that. But again, doing it in silence. You're not sharing this information with anybody else. Okay. A lot of energy about moving in silence. Whatever you got going on, keep it to yourself. Ah, that's what it is. Okay. Okay. So here's the thing. Whatever you have, whatever this idea is, or whatever this is that you're trying to pursue that you are doing in silence, I kind of feel like down here, it feels like if you're having to walk away from certain people, it could be anybody, but if you're having to walk away from certain people, this whole energy feels like the only reason why they would want to come back or to be in your vicinity feels very clout chasey. Like, so if you are doing something in a public platform, in a public way, you know, content creator or whatever, you do, and it feels like it's the same, it's connected to the same people that may have been trying to stop you in the past. So it feels kind of like they only want to be around because if you appear to be successful and we get close to you, then maybe that shines a little bit of light on me too. You know, how do I get in on your success? So pay attention to that, because you do have somebody over here that they're coming across. This feels like a reading that I did, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. It feels very superficial. Like, the reason why they're coming towards you is because whatever you might be doing could be viewed upon as being very, you know, successful, or, you know, whatever you do it well. And the only reason why I feel like this energy down here wants to even be in your midst is because there's an air of mystery around whatever it is that you're doing or how you do it. If you appear to be successful, they just want to be in close proximity to that success. Yeah, I don't like it. Down here feels like you may be making a painful decision to walk away from a couple of things, actually. You may be walking away from a couple of things. But this whole road down here feels very much like somebody trying to prevent you from getting too far ahead. Because remember, the goal was to keep you down. Folks don't always, like, they don't mind when you're successful. They just don't want you to be more successful than they are. It's interesting too, because they wanted to keep you destabilized. What did I just say? They just don't want you to be, they don't want you to be more successful than them. That's crazy. So even if they did try to do something to, like, slow your progress down, it didn't prevent you from maintaining the course. Like, it didn't prevent you from staying the course. You've just maintained and continued to persevere because you were dedicated and loyal to whatever this was that you may be trying to, like, learn or grasp. Ooh. Maybe you were also having a difficult time with the decision of making certain cuts. You may have struggled with making this decision. Or this is not about making a decision. It could be about speaking your truth. Being honest, maybe honest with yourself. Honest with the others. About what was going to make you happy versus what you were already getting. Yeah, and really it was about honoring what makes you happy. Honoring yourself, finding or seeking the balance in your life that was going to honor how you felt. Wheel of Fortune. And then when you make this decision to pursue the unknown, Wheel of Fortune, it turns in your favor. We like it. Okay, now this Ten of Swords definitely tells me more about a painful ending where there has been backstabbing and betrayal. And I said down here, like, there's been, and if there had been things done to slow down your progress, there, I do feel like there have been things done to intentionally hurt you that maybe you weren't aware of or you didn't see. Yeah. There's an energy out here of somebody who's, it's something about, but it's in your action, you shut them up. Because here it feels like somebody here who's, like, people talking shit about you or whatever, but there's something that you do that shuts it all up. You took an action that stopped their chatter. You took an action that nobody expected. You did it in silence. Wow. Especially if you discover or come to a realization that the connections that you have been pouring into, because this gives me the energy of like you pouring in all this effort, like you're putting in all this effort into connections or relationships with people who aren't actually, they're not just not reciprocating the energy back to you, but these are people that they're not matching the level of effort in the connection. And honestly, they're not very like emotionally supportive to you anyway. So this feels like you're turning your back on connections, and these people didn't expect it. So it's like you're turning your back on connections that were not emotionally supportive to you. And for you, making that decision actually balances things out for you, because you've been in this like kind of uneven, there's like this unevenness in the relationship sectors. I don't know, I don't have, there's a lot of people out here, so this could be anybody. It could be tied to a family connection, could be friend groups, could be, you know, people that you work with or whatever, because I can kind of see a little bit of that too. But you know what I see down here? Whoever this is, while they may have had the capacity to like help you to achieve something, they didn't want to. Like whoever this is, they didn't want to. Because down here, remember I said, I'm like, if this is you coming into the future where you're taking action towards something, again, could be content creation or whatever, you gain a little momentum and a little notoriety or whatever. But these people down here are only trying to be in your vicinity or in your graces because of the perception of what you've achieved. How do I get in close with the collective? How do I attach myself to the collective, because the collective is doing, you know, big things, and I don't like watching the big things that the collective is doing from the outside. I'd rather be, you know, part of the inner circle. But I'm telling you, whoever this is, they were part of the problem to begin with, because they were trying to kick you while you were down, or what they perceived as you being down. They wanted to keep you there. Because I don't want you to get ahead of me. That's weird. Now you do have somebody out here who is lying. I'm trying to think. I'm like, this could be somebody lying about, because that's a liar. So this could be somebody here lying about the betrayal, lying about money, lying about their actual investment of the relationship. Oh, I don't know who this is. Yeah, and then there's manipulation here again. But the manipulation, it's verbal. This is the usage of the words. So they've been betraying you from things that they've been saying or things that they've been spreading. This is like manipulating other people through spoken word. But this is the truth right here. So it doesn't matter what this person or whoever this is, doesn't matter what they've said, because this is the truth. And I want to say that the truth is actually seen based on, this could be connected to you making this decision, like you having a reality that something needs to change, and you have the capacity and the ability to make certain changes in your life. yeah, you're just no longer whatever this is. You ain't. This could be you block. Maybe did you block people? Because this kind of looks like blocking communication. Like you're just not dealing with whatever this is. You're not dealing with it. Okay. Yeah. So this down here even feels like somebody, like, again, remember when I said, like, if you have a public platform, this could literally be like somebody seeing you online and they're trying to figure out how to get back in your good grace, but you have them blocked. So it don't really matter. Or if you don't have them blocked, they just have no way to communicate with you. There's no opening. Yeah, so whoever this is, the reality, yes, that's what it is. So the reality has been, that's where the unevenness comes from. Remember when I said over here, I was like, you've been pouring into these relationships, these connections, like with an emotional investment. There's been an emotional investment on your part, okay? But down here, I feel like the reality that you see is you are the one who has been constant. Like, you show up and you're transparent, you're generous, you are very forthright, you are pouring into people. But then you recognize that maybe the people that, because I see where you're recognizing the people that you've been pouring into, they're not really interested in pouring back into. They just want to take what you have. They just want to take what you have. But there has been things going on behind your back that you didn't even know about. And then this is here coming, having confidence to make the decision. Again, there is certain, I heard the word allure. But there's a certain mystery that comes around you. Like maybe you're really private about your life. It's like you're really private about your life, so they don't really know what you got going on. And that's the other thing. When you became private about your life, that was another aspect of balancing out the scales here. Because here, if you're really private about your life, private about your ideas and what you're doing, again, this feels very much like one of the readings I did about friend groups or whatever, where it's like questions about like the money you make, and people are really nosy. They want to know a lot about your life. But I think the thing that kind of freaks people out is that you move with a silent confidence that other people don't actually have. It's like you're not out here looking for approval. You're not out here looking for validation. You're just making moves. And then because you're moving in silence, whoever they are, they can't penetrate whatever it is that you're doing because they don't know about it. They don't know anything about it. So they can't actually affect those things. And here, this for me is your realization that a lot of the things that you do or things that you have pursued, the decisions that you have made, these people, and again, like I said, I got a lot of people out here. I'm not even going to go through there's a lot of people out here. But you have people that are just, I want to say they're outliers. They're just kind of out there, right? You got people in your life here that are afraid to take the kind of chances or make the kind of decisions that you've had to make. Choosing the unknown is something that is very scary for most people. Most people don't opt to go, choosing the unknown. But you are making this choice with such confidence. And though you may not fully be aware of, see the future, know what's ahead of you, you know anything is better than what you've been experiencing. So if you want change, and I've said it again, if you want change, I'm going to show you this Wheel of Fortune. If you want change, you have the capacity, the skills, the know-how. Like, you want change, you have to be the change that you're looking for. And if that means making certain cuts, making certain decisions that other people don't understand, then that's what you got to do. You have to do what's best for you. But first requires you, this definitely feels kind of like maybe you popping out on live. I don't know. Well, I don't know what you do. But this definitely feels like popping out, somebody seeing you online. Now, if you are a spiritualist, because I do have some elements of that out here, if you happen to be a spiritualist, a tarot reader, Reiki master, whatever, same thing. If you've got online public content, there are people here that are very confused about what you do, how you how you do it, how you make your money, how you know what you know. Like, there's a lot of confusion about that. But the thing is that I can see down here you're very good at what you do. And again, these people that are on the outside, they don't know how to get in touch with you or get in contact with you. And maybe the only way they can get in contact with you is through your public platforms, because they don't have any other means to do it. Like say if you changed your phone number, or or you just block folks and they don't have a way to actually communicate with you. The only way that they can, looking at based on these cards here, the only way that they can communicate with you is through your social media. There's something that you're doing that is shutting all this chatter up. If there had been chatter about you, there's something that you're doing that is shutting up all the people. Like, if they were doing hot and heavy conversations back and forth about you, child, after whatever they see, they can't talk. They can't. There's nothing they can say. Because whatever you do it well. You're very confident. You're very empathic. You're very generous. You're very loving. Like, I don't know what people have been saying about you. They've been manipulating the way people perceive you, though. I can't say that. There's been enough dialogue here where somebody has tried to shroud the way that people see you. But what people can actually see is you've worked hard to get where you are. I'm telling you, these are people that they want to come together to work. Like, look at this. This is crazy. Okay, so the same people that are on the outside that want to try to, they want to come back in. I'm telling you, this feels very clout chasey. Like, the only reason why they want to be connected to you is because they want a piece of the pie. Some people really get off on that famous shit. Like, what I said all the time, like when I meet with clients sometimes live, as soon as we get on camera, they're like, oh my God, it's Auntie. But I'm just Tam. Like, I don't, I throw cards. I'm just here for the collective. I'm here as a service to help guide you. So I don't look at myself as like famous and, internet. Like, yeah, you can Google me and shout Enlightened Auntie. She's everywhere. Yes, that. But I worked hard to build my brand. So yes, that's the reason why you see, if you Googled Enlightened Auntie, she's everywhere. But I had to work hard to get to that point. And I feel like whoever this is that is like watching you, they want to be a part of it. But the thing is, they want to be a part of something that you alone have created. What input do they have to give you? What is it that, you know what I'm saying? Because even down here, it feels like if they, oh yes, I hadn't considered this. So if they want to be a part of this, the main reason why they want to be, they never saw this coming. They never thought that you would evolve to this. So this kind of feels like the only reason why they want to be involved with you or connected to you and what you do is to manipulate you. Because if this is somebody here coming to offer you some help, I'm just going to put this out here, okay? If you have somebody here that wants to come towards you, offering you some help after the fact, do know that this is their attempt to manipulate you and backstab you, because you've got good things. Like I said, they didn't expect you to get back up. They wanted to kick you while you were down and keep you down. They did not want you to get ahead of them. Okay, so if you allow this person, whoever this person, because this is a distorted energy, this is a masculine energy, but of course masculine, feminine, take it how it resonates for you. This is showing up as a distorted masculine energy. If you have somebody here that wants to try to get in on the bandwagon, the only reason why they're doing it is because they got dollar signs in their eyes. This looks like somebody trying to figure out a way to manipulate you so that they can get some money off of whatever it is that you are doing. That's the only reason why they want to be a part of this. Not because they want to actually work with you. Not because they actually want to be a part of whatever it is that you're doing. They just don't want you to get ahead of them. So you have to make a really, like, this decision that you're making, you have to make this decision very, very carefully. If you choose to connect to these people who want to be a part of it, understand what you're getting yourself involved in. They're not loyal. I'm telling you. I feel like they're really, the main purpose is to slow you down. They're trying to slow you down. Whoever it is, they haven't evolved. They haven't changed. They have no desire for change. Oh my God. Whoever this is, you've already disconnected yourself from. Keep yourself disconnected from them. Because they're in a toxic, low vibrational energy. And they only want to take from you. Honestly, that's really all this is. They just want to keep you attached because this energy feels like if we can't beat them, let's join them. Now I still got to worry about you betraying me. The hell? No, we're not. No. No. They just want to learn your secrets. They want you to let your guard down, and they want to use the fact that you've had some type of love for them, or that you have love for them, whoever this is. But the energy that they're in is, if we can't beat the collective, let's join them. Because we can't beat them. It's clear we can't beat them. We can't beat the collective. But the thing is that you have to try, because I can see it here. If you agree to it, that's a dismissal of your intuition, and all they're trying to do is loop you back into some toxic bullshit. And they don't want you to know it. They don't want you to know it. Now, if we throw in the juju factor, I definitely have at least 3 practitioners out here. Yeah, I have at least 3 practitioners out here. Could be one person, could be 3 people. 3 separate people. Because they would love nothing more than to shut you down. Whatever it is that you do or are doing. I wouldn't fall for it. Yeah. And the thing is that whatever you're doing or whatever you've been pursuing, like I'm telling you, they only want a part of it. They just want to be a part of what you're doing because of where it's taking you. They would love nothing more than to break you down, because this feels like something that you're doing, your decisions, your choices, your moves. You're doing something that's triggering the hell out of somebody's ego, and all they're doing is trying to figure out ways to hurt you, or like hurt you. I don't want to say slow down, because it doesn't even feel like slowing down. Like, it feels more like I want to stop you permanently. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? They want to stop you permanently. Whatever that means to you. They want to stop you permanently. And it's for the benefit of something financial. Yes. This Wheel of Fortune is in the reverse with this is a whole different card, but it came out in the reverse. A whole different kind of Wheel of Fortune. It's crazy. They never expected you to actually make the decisions that you've made. And they also didn't expect to, because right here feels kind of like a return to sender. So if they, okay, follow me. So if somebody here had done something behind your back, you don't know nothing about it, right? I can clearly see there's somebody here disloyal. They've been trying to like kind of block your progress forward. This feels kind of like it feels like all of their poor and negative intentions being circled back to them. So it's kind of like if you had been very loyal to this person, group of people, whoever, it could be, like I said, it could be your family, doesn't have to be. But if, say, you're loyal to a person, a group of people, because I'm staring at this King of Swords up here. So you're loyal to this one person or a bunch of people, or a group of people, right? This one person has been spreading rumors and lies and gossiping about you, right? With an expectation of all of that not allowing you to progress because they're actually afraid of you doing better than them, right? So if they gathered other people in their cause, then the backside of it is as the way that they were with you, the other people in their little circle will eventually turn on them the way that they turned on you. Does that are you following me? Because either way, it still goes back to things being balanced out in the most appropriate way. Because you have somebody here, they got to do all of this lying and shit in order to be accepted when you just show up being who you are. Like, this Temperance card, she's asshole naked. Like, literally, she's butt ass naked here, okay? This person has to lie to people and manipulate them and all this shit because they don't even know how to show them their real selves. You show up in all of your transparency being exactly who you are. You don't need to cover up, hide, or anything. Folks don't really know how to deal with people like that, honestly. Yeah, it's like they gotta tell people lies and shit and manipulate them emotionally in order to be popular or to get people's favor. They don't know how to be around. They don't know how to be by themselves. And you actually don't mind being by yourself. Yeah. And this person, they don't have whoever we're talking about. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Because you show up with all of this transparency, right? You don't have a problem walking alone. You know how to self-reflect. You like to learn things. You want to explore the world. You just all of that. This person, remember when I said they may have some unfortunate circumstances down here based on their decision, the way they handled you. What they're going to end up getting or finding out is that the people that they circled themselves around are not loyal to them the way that they were disloyal to you. Does that make sense? And people can actually see what real leadership looks like. People can actually see what real leadership looks like. Yeah. And I get the impression like you're not even really trying to be a leader. You're not trying to be a leader. But people view you as being very, like, you're solid. But again, like I said, you come transparent. You're not, you're not all guarded up. You're just you. And this other person, they lie to people and they put on this facade because they're worried about how people perceive them. So they put on, it's kind of giving like that. I'm not even using those cards, but it kind of gives me like it's like shape shifting kind of energy. They show up and they just behave in the way that they think the people want to see them behave. So that's how they show up. You show up as you, you know, quiet leadership. Yeah. Quiet leadership. You ain't got to put on, yeah. Like, you don't have to put on airs. There's no airs about you. Look at that. I love it. You're very honest. You're very direct. You're blunt. You say what you need to say. And this person, they just lie. I'm like, they just lie. They lie. They say shit that's confusing to people because they're emotionally manipulative. Because they're afraid of actually people seeing them for who they really are. And then you just show up in all, you know, in all your nakedness. You just show up being who you are. And people, like, they love it. Like, they just love it. I don't know who these people are and how they're connected to you. Yeah, you're going to have to make a decision to cut these people out. I think, again, like I said, you show up, you're very unconditionally loving, you're generous to a fault, but you pour into people with it's interesting because you pour into people with an expectation that that it's going to help them grow and elevate their minds and elevate their consciousness. But then what you actually see is that maybe the people that you're pouring into, you don't actually see the results of your efforts, right? And again, this is about you being honest. I'm like, you're honest to a fault. This person may speak in circles and shit and they just confuse people because, you know, you come with real facts and knowledge. And I feel like this is just you bowing out, you know? I know my truth. And I know I know what needs to get cut out. And it could be relationships that you've spent a lot of time trying to foster and build. But the reality is, this is you down here making a decision. And the reality is, there are just some people that you can't take with you on the next leg of your journey. Yeah, because the people that you've been pouring into from your past, they ain't learned nothing. They don't want to. They don't want to. Okay, now this message ain't for everybody because I definitely see where there's an energy out here. I think I used this analogy one of my last readings about like if, like, say you stop drinking and everybody that you have hung out with, they're just heavy drinkers. Like you're not into that anymore. It's like you're not into that. You could be, if you wanted to drink, you could just drink by yourself, but you don't need to be encouraged to be sitting around a bunch of people who are just not doing anything with themselves. And this is definitely you having to move, you know, be honest with yourself and move away from, like, I feel like you're motivated to move away from this because I don't think this is something that you want. Okay. I'm with it. Let's use this deck. And then this is like you looking, yeah, look, listen. Okay, now this is a reflection of what I have down here. Remember when I said, like, if you've got something going on in your life, you do have people that are on the outside wanting to come back in, but it's asking you, you're being required to really look at the situation and the people and their motivations of why they want to come back in, because I can see here that there's no change, there's no evolution. I think that they don't want to be on the outside. They don't want the relationship dynamic to end, right? But honestly, the only real reason, like I see it here, the only reason why they even want you around is because of what you provide or how you show up, especially if it's like a financial situation. Like if it has something to do with money, like literally the only reason why they want to be connected to you is because the benefit of being connected to you comes with some type of comfort, monetary. So I feel like you're being challenged right now to be very, very discerning in how you move and who you choose to move with. Yeah, I said it down here. Same thing down here. If you got a public platform, the only reason why you got to ask yourself, why are you coming back? Why are you here? They haven't changed. You got some people here that haven't changed, refuse to change. They don't want change. They don't want change. And I don't want you to feel like down here, it kind of feels like you're kind of tossing it back and forth. Like, did I make the wrong decision? Did I choose to go in a direction, in this direction, and then this, falls by the wayside? Was it a bad thing? Did I choose the wrong thing? And you didn't. There's no change there. If this is a group of people, none of these people change. The circumstance hasn't changed. And because it hasn't changed, you're being challenged to focus on something new. Go towards something new. Don't worry about, like, you're afraid of being, I don't know. Don't be afraid. Practice makes perfect, and it requires you to do something over time. So you have the potential here for something amazing. Cut yourself some slack, especially if you're not completely versed in it, and you're not, it's like I'm thinking content creation, but I'm like, even if you're not, like, you're very excited about wanting to do this, you want to learn all the ins and outs about it, but you don't necessarily have the confidence level to pull it off because I've never done it before, this is new, or whatever. You got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So don't be worried or nervous or scared about, it's like you only miss the shots you don't take. Okay? So you have to just, if you're excited about a new opportunity or a new something that you're choosing to move towards, don't be afraid to just take it by the horns and go with it. Give yourself some grace. Yeah, I'm telling you. If you go back into that situation, you're going to be right back into that one-sided competition shit. And you have, so again, back down here to making the decision. You have to make a decision, even if you don't really know what the outcome of that decision is going to be. I'm telling you, this cycle has come to an end. The Tower. Bam. You have to be the change you seek. Honestly, stop worrying about whatever this is. I'm like, because I see all this nervousness down here. Don't worry about it, okay? Change is scary, especially if you've been dealing with certain people for a really long time and you don't know what life is going to look like without them or without that, faction of your life. Don't worry about it. Change is good. And anytime the Tower comes out, we know that the Tower is course correction. It means you are not supposed to be on that path anyway. Okay? So don't worry about it. And it's specifically connected to whoever these people are that you're leaving behind. Leave them there. Why are we setting ourselves on fire to keep other people warm? We're not doing that in 2026. The year of the snake doesn't actually end until February. So we still have a couple more months for, things to kind of wrap up. You got to get past this fear of the unknown. You got to get past the fear of the unknown. Because I'm telling you, There's been some betrayal here with whoever this is, or it's a group of people. There's been betrayal here. There has been some backstabbing that you don't know about. And I don't know, you might not even be hurt by the, like, I don't, like, this feels like you're not hurt by the separation. Other people may be. You're not hurt by it. I'm telling you, it's a whole lot of, if you can't beat them, join them. Be very, very aware of what you're choosing to get yourself involved in. Because again, same thing. If you can't beat them, join them. So they're trying to figure out how to stay connected to you. It's for the wrong reasons. I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, they just don't want to see you ahead of them. Listen, they just don't want to see you ahead of them. They don't want you starting over. They don't want you having a new cycle. Oh my God. I'm telling you, there's somebody here who wants, they coming to you under the guise of wanting to work together. I'm like, I don't know how this reading is connected to the last reading I did. I'm going to watch them both back a couple times. Because this feels like they don't want you to know that they got some shady shit going on back here. Ooh. Yes, okay, thank you. I'm like, they're trying to figure out what you do and how you do it and how can they get in on it. Don't get involved with this. Whoever these people are, don't get involved. Yeah, move on. Okay, remember when I said earlier, I was like, kind of felt like a weird like boomerang effect, because like however they were showing up shady in your life, they're kind of surrounded by other people, but whatever they've done to you is going to eventually happen to them. It's based on choices. Everything is a choice and a decision. It's based on this person's decision. So if they were trying to do something to one up you, because I said there's like some clout chasey kind of shit down here, then whoever they've surrounded themselves with, there's somebody in their camp that may eventually, if it's not happening right now, it's coming, that they're whatever they've done to you is going to happen to them because of what the energy that they put out. It's literally just getting thrown right back at them. It is what it is. All right, let's grab some index cards. Almost forgot today was Sunday. Like, I don't work on the weekends. All right, somebody's experiencing anxiety or sleepless nights. There are several failed attempts to stop you. Angry that their attempts have failed. Someone has greedy, selfish, and entitled behavior. Someone could be going through dark night of the soul, experiencing some depression. Someone hates that your intuition is on point. You are finally free, and somebody feels that they have been left behind. Someone says, I sabotage your plans when I know about them, which was in the very first sector. Like, it just felt like they wanted you to stay down. So if you talked about some of the things that you wanted to do, they may have supplanted little things in your head to prevent you from actually doing them. Somebody has a secret life or lifestyle. You could be dealing with an Aries. A baby mama could be involved. Spirit says abandoned ship. A Scorpio may be involved. Someone is seeing things as they are, but if refuse to let go. Maybe that's you. Somebody here is emotionally unstable. Someone has a big ego. Someone says, I've always hated you because you are blessed. Cruelty masked as tough love. The month of March may be significant. Again, dealing with a Pisces or an Aries. Someone's in deep despair over distance. There's a dark energy being sent towards you. Someone says, I don't know how you do it. The month of May may be significant. Could be dealing with a Taurus or a Gemini. Taurus again. So Taurus, Aries, Pisces, Gemini. Somebody's unreliable, undependable, unemployed, and lazy, or they may have claimed you to be. Someone's trying to keep you distracted. There's a power struggle. You may be dealing with a control freak. The month of August may be significant. Could be dealing with a Leo or a Virgo. We have Pisces out here again. You are the competition. Somebody here could be an experienced high priestess or a witch. Aries out here again. So Aries, Martians are out here. Aries and Scorpio, Pisces, Taurus, Leo, Virgo, Gemini. Someone needs a lawyer. Somebody's ulterior motives are being revealed. A jealous cousin or sibling may be involved. Make your strategic moves in silence. They thought they would be able to get away with it, but Spirit sees it all. There are up to 4 other people involved. A stepchild may be significant. Somebody projects negative energies towards your children. There may be a stolen inheritance. The group is keeping a secret. Legal matters or documents. The month of April, Aries, Taurus. So Aries, Taurus, Pisces, Gemini, Leo, Virgo. But specifically Aries, Taurus, and Pisces. Real loud out here. Someone does things with an expectation of what they'll get in return. And you, on the other hand, are unconditionally loving. Someone is moving away from drama. Somebody exhibits racist behavior. The month of December may be significant. Could be dealing with a Sagittarius or a Capricorn. Taurus, Libra out here. So Taurus is really loud for all my Taurians. Throat chakra. Taurus rules the throat. Month of January may be significant. Could be dealing with a Capricorn or an Aquarius. Someone may be facing homelessness, or they wanted you to face homelessness. Someone is lost without you. And someone is afraid that you'll reject them, or their offer, bottom of the deck, is baby daddy. Okay. Alright, someone's imbalanced. There's an energy blockage. Financial improvements. Romance is yours. Positive energy. We like it. More info is needed. Think it through. Someone has a hidden agenda. Remember, somebody from your past or somebody you've been dealing with for a long time that you may be on the fence about. You need to really think about why they're trying to be in your life. Okay? Say no. Yes. No. Choose you first. Let it go. Let it go anything that's imbalanced that may cause energy blockages. You have exciting news. A new career, financial improvements. We like it. Exciting news, new career path on the horizon. That includes financial improvements and romance. We love it. Shift your focus. Reflect. Throwing shade. Hidden agenda. Throwing shade. Be honest with yourself. Honesty. Soul journey. Assert yourself. Say no. Temptation. Show more respect. Try again. Winter solstice. So something may have been important about the winter solstice. Be confident. If you have a question, the answer is maybe. Take a trip. Love beginning. We love it. Feeling alone. Ask for help. Bottom of the deck. Time is now. Ooh. Okay. Let's look at the synchronicities. 23, 23, 177, 16, 17, 18, 19. 111, 123. I have 123 out here twice. 3 times actually. Okay, let's look at the dates. January the 1st, January the 9th. Oh, January 1st and 2nd. January the 9th. January the 12th. January the 15th. January the 16th. January the 20th. January the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. February the 1st. February the 6th. February the 12th. February the 15th. February the 23rd, 21st, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Okay. I have March the 6th, March the 8th, March the 14th, 15th, 18th, 19th, 23rd, and 24th. No dates in April, but we had the April index card for Aries and Taurus. March, April, May. I have May the 16th, May 17th, May 18th, May 19th, May 23rd. June the 2nd, June the 3rd, June 14th, 15th, 16th, June 20th, 21st, and 24th. July the 8th, July the 12th, July 15th, July 17th, July the 23rd. August the 3rd, August the 7th, August the 12th, August the 15th, August the 24th. September the 1st, 9/11. September the 15th, 16th, and 25th. No dates in October. No dates in November. December the 1st, December the 2nd, December the 7th and 8th, December the 15th, December the 17th, December the 23rd, and the 25th. Alright, let's do the dice. Okay, so we have the 3rd house, communication, that's ruled by Gemini. The 5th house, that's ruled by Leo, creativity, sex, children. Then we have, I think this is Venus, yes, Venus, South Node, and Neptune. I have Aries, Libra, and Scorpio. Alright, I'm going to leave it there, guys. If any parts of this reading resonate for you, give you clarity or confirmation over your own story, give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm and get in front of the eyes that need to see us the most. If you're still here an hour and 13 minutes in, I appreciate you. Thank you for all the likes, shares, subscribes, tips, donations. Since January, I've gained 20,000 subscribers since January. I appreciate all of you for being here and supporting my work, for booking sessions with me and working with me, allowing me to be your guide, for showing up with me every time, for watching the live premieres with me. I appreciate all of you. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you know when I upload new videos. In my little absence of being off for the holidays, I lost like maybe 20 subscribers. And initially I was a little bit upset by it, but then I also realized that people, you know, they subscribe based on content being constantly pushed or whatever. And I figured those 20 people that I lost were people that weren't real writers in the first place. So that's neither here nor there, and I don't care. But I love you guys for, you know, checking on me, for all of the clients and people that, you know, have my number that were able to text me and be like, hey, you good? Thank you for checking in on me. We are good. I hope everybody had a really good holiday, and I'm looking forward to getting back to work and getting back into the grind, with some exceptions that there are some things that need to change, but we'll get there when we get there. All right. I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend whenever you happen to catch this, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. I love you. Bye.